What is up, Scrub fam? We are back today with another video. Today we're going to be recapping one of the decks that were featured on stream last night. thiccest Productions on Twitch. Make sure you check us out. Today we're going to be going over Green Yellow Jiren post Draft Box 5 with the introduction of the new Angel and God of Destruction cards. And so this is the deck list itself. So Jiren, one of my favorite leaders in the game, as everyone knows, because he is indeed the thickest leader in the game, which everyone has come to know as well. But this deck here picked up a lot of steam in Draft Box 5. Going into Series 9, it was a deck that was like pretty underhyped. A lot of people didn't really understand why Jiren was good. A lot of people thought that Jiren was unplayable. A lot of people thought that Jiren was bad. But here, with the thiccest group, that has never been the case. It's still one of the top decks, Tier 1, and then heading in the Draft Box 5 format, even higher than that just because of the capability the deck offers. So, what makes Jiren so good, right? So, Jiren is a deck that is the sum of its parts. It's a high synergy deck that allows for critical mass turns to take place multiple turns in a row, so you can go from 0 to 100 real quick, of course, but let's go ahead and go into the strategy and what changed this time around. So right now, we're going to be leaning back into the Topo 1-drop. So 3x Topo, Gaze of Justice. Main reason why is because the hand destruction element is becoming a little bit more prevalent now that we have Belmod Marcarita in this deck as well. So we're playing 3 Topo Gaze of Justice, 1 Kakade Technique Unleashed. This is just a great card because you just have the ability to put it in your drop area through the combo step or any sort of discard effects your opponent may have, or use it to sack it off with one of your skills, and then you can just always get it back from your drop area by ditching a card to bring it back with its skill. 3 Belmod Double Devastation. One of the best cards ever printed, in my opinion. Being able to take your material and then just get rid of it and then use it for something better and a meaningful effect is always really powerful. Belmod offers that. Being able for you to sack any of your 3 battle cards to play this. It's a blocker, and then when you play it, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. I'm playing 1 Ogma from Draft Box 5. Main reason why is because it's almost the same card as Surprise Attack Frieza, except it's a 10k and a blocker, but it has the same trigger effect. So when something gets KO'd, you can play Ogma. Same thing with Surprise Attack Frieza, you can play Surprise Attack Frieza. What's nice about having different cards is that you can actually trigger each off the effect if you have them in hand, and the 3 cost of Ogma plays into you going into Successor 7, so that's we're playing 1 copy in the main deck. We're playing 3 Topo Mortality Surpass. As we move forward, removal becomes more and more important, especially unconditional removal. So something that like negates the skills and then ignores barrier and kills something. The negating the skills part is incredibly powerful. So keep that in mind. That's why Topo is so strong. And he also does the same exact thing when he leaves play too. 4 Dispo, Unprecedented Speed. Dispo allows for some of your most busted aggressive turns because it's going to allow you to play a really cheap threat and gain card advantage off of it. And what happens is when you play the first Dispo, more often than not, you're going to find that second, third, and fourth Dispo. Our secret rare is, of course, Selzeno. This deck gets it out in a hurry. Very easy to access. You will get to 12 cost worth of battle cards on the field. Incredibly easy in this deck. 3 Belmod and Marcarita. Obviously, you know, cards being talked about right now. Once you're at 5 energy and you play this card, your opponent will ditch 3 cards from their hand. And then also, when this card leaves the battle area for any reason, you choose 2 battle cards in your drop area that cost 2 or less, negate their skills, and place them in the play. So this ability is incredibly relevant because this allows you to get key cards like Topo, Bestower, or Justice, so you can put 4 drops back on the field to set up your next turn, or you can get your Binary Blades if you want to get 2 cost guys additionally, or you can get some 1 drops. So Belmod, and it's just up to 4 is the number. So you can do any number of battle cards up to 4 costs. So you can do 2 Topos, you can do 2 Binary Blades, you can do 1 drops, etc. Again, in general, like this card's always going to get its money because when it's come down as dual attack, 30k. And like I said, if it dies, you're going to be able to put things back on the board. So your opponent can never really like stop your leader ability from triggering once you're awakened. 4 Tobu Bestower Justice. This leads to some of our most busted turns since it counts as a 4 cost. It can go into Dispo. We have 4 Binary Blade. These 2 cards are next to each other. They are probably the most important cards to have in your opener. 4 Kunchi, the most important 1-drop in your deck because it gives your other little guys barrier. 2 Vaughn, just tech. You just want to have the ability to get a blocker whenever you need it, and comes in handy sometimes, especially in the aggressive mirrors. 4 Grade 8 Bardock, Raiders Warcry. I know it's expensive, but with the anniversary box coming out, hopefully that can reduce the cost of it. But it's a necessary evil. I mean, you could play a budget version of this deck without it, and the deck is still very good. But Raiders Warcry is just such a powerful card, the best yellow battle card in the game. Might as well play 4 of it. We're playing 2 of the Draw Apes. Again, if you want to be on a budget, you don't have to play the Draw Apes. If anything, I would really love to add a 4th copy of Jiren Pride of Universe 11 to this deck and add 1 additional card, maybe another Ogma to be able to increase our consistency. So you don't have to play Saiyan Instincts. But again, if we're trying to be as competitive as possible, this is a card you're going to want in your deck. 2 Swift Retaliation Cooler. Bad Ring Laser is good. Bad Ring Laser plus your secret rare is busted. That's why we play it. 3 Jiren Pride of Universe 11. Go ahead and get our 1-drops back. And then 4 Key Bomb Support Kakade. We no longer have to play the Jiro Super Combo because we're not playing Arrival cards anymore. We're not playing Rebrand or Broly. So we get to go back to 4x of the Draw Super Combos. So I wanted to go ahead and show you guys a little bit of like how this deck actually functions. And so just simple starting hand. Don't have to really think about much. But a lot of times going second against your opponent, easy. Do your charge for the turn. You can actually charge a green card. This is really nice. So you swing, take a life, play Casserole. Casserole is going to go ahead and search for your Kunchi. Here. We'll play a 1-drop Topo, make the opponent discard a card. And already we have 4 energy worth of battle cards on the field. So we're already moving towards it. Go back to us. Charge Kunchi for the turn. Swing at our opponent, take a life. We're not going to play anything. We'll choose to draw a card. Combo, go to 20, play, tap our opponent's resources, play, swing, go. Our turn, let's say we take damage from our opponent, goes to us. Something a lot of people don't think about too, something I do often is on these turns, I'll actually go ahead and just charge a dual color even though it comes into play rested. Swing, take a life. We can free play. A lot of options here. So you can free play a Topo. We can choose to draw. So we'll go ahead and free play the Topo. So again, we're just building that board. Awaken. Makes it a 15k swing. Untap. Draw. Now, swing, swing. Then, talked about earlier, sacking your battle cards for value. So 1, 2, 3. Opponent's going to discard a card. Order the trigger, player Binary Blade is going to go ahead and get a Kunchi. Go ahead and do this. So these go to our drop area. As you can see, we haven't paid any energy at this turn. None at all. So we have, again, the option to do even more. So swing. Now we have 20k. And then from here you can do a few things. You know, you can combo if you want to get this in drop area and just draw 2. You can go ahead and play another Kunchi from the turn. You also have the ability to play Jiren Pride of Universe 11, get some cards back. So let's just say we swing, we combo. We're going to draw 2 and warp this. And then just by doing that, that even opened up more plays for us. So we can then just go into a Dispo. Sacking our Bardock Ape since he doesn't have barrier. Draw a card, pass turn to our opponent. Opponent's trying to go in on us. We pop our leader ability. Again, just extending the pace of the game. And as you can see, it's just your options keep opening up every single turn, turn after turn. There's just so much that you can do in this deck. It's like it's one of my favorite things. Like just the favorite things of the world is just like all your cards are just doing something throughout the course of the game, and just now we can start to do some messed up stuff. So we're not going to spend any energy right now. We'll swing with our Dispo first. We'll sack our Dispo for a Dispo. We'll draw 2. We'll swing with our Dispo again. That's fine. We can swing with our Topo. We can swing with our leader. And we're just delaying, like, having to commit any energy on our turn. Like, we can even just get more aggressive by swinging. We can combo another ape into play. Draw, tap down one of our opponent's things. We can overcommit. We can play another 1-drop. You can dump a Jiren. Grab back more 1-drops, so set up your plays next turn. Goes to our opponent. We'll trigger our ability, sure. Goes back to us. So now we're at our 5 energy threshold. Exactly where you want to be before you go into Mr. Belmod. So what you can do, start swinging. with this. Now, we don't have another dispo in hand, so we don't have to worry about that, but we can go 5, 6, 7. Play Belmod. Draw a card off the dispo. Our opponent discards a card. They'll discard 3 more for this. Swing with our 16. Swing with our 20. Swing with our 20. Swing with our 20. Swing with our 30. Swing with our 30. We can sack again. Another 4. We'll do the Bardock Ape again. Draw another card. Swing. Put the pressure on the opponent. Just more resource over and over again. We super combo. We find a Cell Zeno. We're at 5 energy. We can play a Cell Zeno by sacking 4, 8, 12. Draw. So this is just like a sample. This is just like a generic opening hand, just like shadow playing back and forth, just seeing what our draw goes. And as you can see, we're turn 5. We have 14 cards in deck. We've seen a lot of the cards in our deck so far. We did basically everything we wanted to do without having to spend a ton of energy. And this is, again, like I said, just a sample hand. Like, this is something that I recommend anyone do, especially now with the coronavirus outbreak. This is a great opportunity to sharpen up your sequencing skills and trying to get max value out of your turns. So one thing I like doing with Octagon, if you guys haven't tried it yet, is when you guys are opening a new game and say you just want to practice, just do start. You can just go ahead and start any game and then just do one-sided table. So if you don't have anyone to play with you at this time, like, you can just load up your deck and then you can just start playing sample games. Like, just hit setup game, and then you're good to go. Just resolve your mulligans, like, and just start practicing. Like, get used to the sequencing of this deck. I'm going to make sure I put down the deck list in the description below so you guys have access to it, as well as a link to the Twitch Patreon if you're looking to take your game to the next level by getting in on the free articles, the Discord server, and then all the different tiers in which we offer monthly training camps and help with your decks. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed content like this. We're going to be streaming, of course, throughout the week like we have been consistently. So thank you so much for all your support. Please stay safe, stay inside. If you guys ever need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to us here at thiccest Productions. Thank you so much. Okay, thanks. Bye!